Alrighty, so this is the official uh, thing or story on how I came across being partners with someone you all know, and I'm surprised nobody else thought of it, frankly. But anyway, the reason why we're playing this is because I had a request for it, but I noticed something really cool because I was coming up with ideas for new stuff for this, because as you go to the Dart Barracks and you click on train, there's like a whole row of things they don't have yet. So I came up with like a dark wizard who had like that stuff going on with his hands. It's all dark and oozy and stuff. Looked kind of like a Reaper, I guess, just a really mini version of him. And he would jump up. He'd float across the screen with little black ooze under him, and he'd like go like that. And then he'd jump up into the air a little bit, and then do like a somersaulting maneuver like this over and over and over again, really fast, like a pinwheel, and just shooting fireballs, raining fire down on things fast. Then I came up with the anti-healer who walks around both it's poisonous and acidic, so it puts acid on all of the things that are obstacles like walls and cannons and crap, and the more, if you upgrade it, it increases its ring, but it has a ring around it, and it'll get larger and larger the more you upgrade it, and the ring will just wipe out anything close to it and like slowly damage it, and then faster damage it with a bigger ring, and then even faster damage with a bigger ring. And there you go. And the ring would put acid on all of the stuff that's obstacles, and poison all of the Gland Castle troops that they send out if they have any. And it would look like an anti-healer, so to speak. And then finally what is it? What was I forgot the third idea. It's not coming to mind. I'll have one like later, I guess, but I forgot it at the moment. Anyway, so I was like, well, wait a minute. I think I can invert my colors to show you what an anti-healer looks like. So I did this. And that's what the anti-healer looks like. But then I started noticing, holy crap, this is a very interesting type of thing to see. Like how everybody looks. It was pretty amazing to me, but what I couldn't get over was what the golem looks like. Wow. Anyway, so then I just was like, holy crap, am I on LSD? What is this? This is just, whoa. Anyway, so with inverted colors, it's more entertaining to play this game just by looking at all the things. This girl looks like a ghost now, see? And the spells, oh my gosh, the spells were unbelievably, insanely awesome. Look at that. It's like lava. This is what the spells look like regularly. And this is inverted. They're really cool. But here's the jump spell. It's supposed to be green, now it's purple. But here, this is the best spell. Look at that. That is just awesome. It's like red snowflake. Oh my god, it's just so cool. Anyway, so I was doing that, and I was playing around, and it was really cool. The elixir's green, and the gold things are now blue, and it was just a pretty neat thing to see. So I will just be going through random crap and showing you while talking about someone. So without further ado, listen very carefully. This guy looks like the savior. Anyway, a long time ago, when Infamous 2 came out, an individual, who will remain nameless for now, decided to beat it a second time through, and then a third time through. Then this man thought, well, wait a minute, there's got to be more. I mean, the story can't just end. It's too good of a series. So, the only viable excuse of an idea to come to this person's mind was, I know, I'll talk about how we could start a third game. So, he grabbed his camera, he sat in front of it, did some gameplay, and talked, and made his first episode. That episode has now since then reached 24 or 25,000 views last I checked. It is his single-handedly most famous video. Little did this one person know that his life would change after posting that video. Because this game was Infamous 2, and everybody wanted a third one. He played through it, and played through it, and found clues, and hidden messages, and started formulating speculations on gameplay, story, plot twists, etc., etc., showing you how this new game could possibly come around. It was such a successful video that he decided to make more and more and more. And then came another person. This person had finished Infamous about a total of 4 or 5 times. This person started to search up Infamous 3 speculation videos. He then came across the young man's video, stumbled on his channel, liked his content, and sent in a video response. I think you all know who that person was. It was me. And the other person? That was Unitedcommrockss. His idea to make speculations of videos for Infamous 3 only got better and better. His newest ideas, his latest ideas, he even saw similarities to in the first E3 gameplay after 2 years. After 2 years of posting Infamous 3 content and speculations and predictions and how the gameplay will work, and after this one person made the one video response and joined up with him and collaborated with him on the videos, all of that came to a halting stop as Second Son was revealed at E3. But I'm skipping ahead of myself. How did I come into contact with Unitedcommrockss? That's the question. So I hope you enjoyed the intro, because this is a pretty insane kind of thing that happened to me. I didn't really think at first that I'd be lucky enough to actually get into contact with him, because he had 500 subbers at the time, and I assumed his inbox was flooded and stuff, so I made a tactical move and decided to leave a video response instead, so that way I could actually get my voice heard. I didn't think he'd actually respond positively to it at first, but I wanted to do the same thing that he was doing, because I had some pretty good ideas as well that I thought should have been placed out there somewhere. So I decided to leave him a video response and tell him all about my ideas and see what he thought of them. And I didn't even propose a partner up. I just wanted to say I liked his content and I had some ideas and blah 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 blah, stuff like that. And did I know that he would actually respond to me? I mean, that was pretty insane. But he responded, and he's like, "Oh, sweet, I finally have somebody to collaborate with." So it was interesting to me to have that kind of comment given back to me, like, "Oh, cool, he actually noticed," and "Oh, cool, collaborations, that sounds awesome. I'm totally in for that." So then, after that, we became partners, and we started working on content, and came into contact through Facebook and stuff of that nature, and just kept on going, and kept making content and videos, and so I came up with tons of ideas, and that's halfway, that was like almost, he was like 3/4 of the way through, counting up all of his infamous videos from the time he first started making them to now. I think I came in at around the 3/4 of the way through, so it was actually like almost all the way done. So I was in the 1/4 of the remaining videos that he made, and I was like given some ideas and stuff, but the comments were like, we were chatting back and forth, and then he said, well, I have a Facebook, and I was like, well, cool, how are you going to give it to me without, you know, commenting through, what's it called? And I don't remember exactly how we became Facebook friends, to be honest, because, you know, if he had commented his Facebook, early, people would have just started flooding his Facebook or whatever and trying to friend him. But then he decided, well, actually, I'm going to link my Facebook to the channel along with the Cole's Facebook channel, or to Cole's Facebook to the channel as well. So he made like 2 Facebook accounts, and I friended one of them, and then we started collaborating on there and sharing videos and finding content and doing some digging and just having a great time. And then we came to the point where I had a groundbreaking idea, and that idea was the fact that Zeke broke the race sphere, and we were just talking back and forth, because then we started FaceTiming. We were talking back and forth about the whole idea of I think it was the idea of why the RFI skipped over some people, even though it killed people in Africa. Why would it skip over somebody in Seattle, for instance? So we were speculating and making ideas and seeing which one seemed the most viable, because he found out that from Sucker Punch that it did in fact skip over people, and that's how Conduit still exists. So we were like confused on how that was possible. And they said, well, since the game was based off of the majority of the players choosing the good ending and sacrificing Cole, my speculation was, since Zeke broke the RFI in the beginning, no matter what your choice was, he took out the Cole's amp because it was killing him to use it. So he took Cole's amp and smashed it, and then broke the power regulator. So they had to do that like last move to make it so that it was usable. And here's my other idea that I recently came up with. The idea was that Zeke had to have done that, or else it would have killed Cole before the thing had fully fired off, as he had clearly stated. He was like, it wasn't even fired off. He was signing me up to get killed. I didn't know about that. Like, something rather like that. Anyway, so the fact that Zeke broke it was the reason that it worked in the first place, because Cole was dying too. But after Zeke broke it, and you chose the good ending, and you got to the part where the beast was down, and all you had to do was press those 4 buttons, and you'd charge up the RFI, you could see that he wasn't dying. He was standing there and just charging it up and not even feeling anything. So the fact that Zeke broke the RFI caused it so that you could actually charge the freaking thing, because as you could see, it was taking a while for it to you know, do its thing. Like, he was starting to fire it up, and it was starting to kill him. So, but after that, at the end, it stopped starting to kill him, and he just stood there, and you could hold it for as long as you wanted, but he wasn't being affected by it in any way, shape, or form until after the blast. So that was my speculation, is that Zeke had to have broken it. But my first idea was Zeke did break it, which is why it skipped over people. So that was my idea. But anyway, back to Ian, or Unitedcomm. So I'm sorry if this was like burning your eyes. So, but this is my base, and I have a lot of trophies. Anyway, so what was it I was gonna say? Oh yeah, before we started FaceTiming, I texted him, and I was telling him, like, I recall the day where I left a video response, you commented back, and then you said I could use a collaboration buddy, and then that's when the thing officially started, and then we were commenting back and forth, yada yada yada, and I had that text. I wish I had saved it, because at the time, that was exactly what happened. But it started roughly, I think, since it's 2013, I think it was early March 2011. That's when I think it was. Like March, April, something or rather. I think it was actually May. Yeah, May sounds reasonable. Because I used a family thing that happened as we moved before I met him. So I moved to California before I met him, so I never was in contact with him in Vegas whatsoever, I don't think. So May, when I was in the other house that we're not currently living in now, we were in like Azusa or something. So I was just playing Infamous, and I was like finishing it, and then I made the video response after that because I looked at his content, and that day was the day. So after that day, I think we spent a month or so collaborating and stuff. And so it was 2011 that it officially started, and then we collaborated on some stuff. He would send me videos every now and then. We do Infamous gameplay videos. I tried to start a contest for that year, so and then I started doing Oblivion and Skyrim related things on my channel because me partnering up with him was basically, you know, getting me views. So that's what it was. So after that, I think, was the part where we really started, after I started getting a reasonable fan base, we started doing more videos and more ideas and stuff like that. I guess since I'm getting interrupted, we'll have to do a part 2 of this, so hope you enjoyed part 1, and